Welcome back to Rowrah. It's Junior X30 time. Johnny Wilkinson and the rookie Sam White on the front row, with Butcher and Westover on the second. From Pinson, Clark, Whitehead, Abraham, Fowler and White. That's your top 10. Then we look at Josh Radican and Caden McQueen, Dewey, Laws, Kilner, Jacks, Walker, Preston, and then even outside the top 20 we've got talent. Morgan Porter will want to charge through. Fraser Fennick could be an interesting charge. As off we go, and into the first corner, taking the lead right from the off, it's Sam White. Sam White has hit the front. That's an interesting one.
Not least because, yet again, he's another rookie. Amazing how the rookies have come to the fore over the last few seasons.
We've got to spin, we've got to spin. We've got a couple of drivers on the far side there. Now, who is that that's gone? That's the 28, I think. No, the 20, sorry, Luke Whitehead. So Whitehead spins and drops all the way down the order. Everybody just about goes through okay, but it's quite a big rush hour here, isn't it? And a couple of mud splurts as they fly up through the corners. But out in front, yes, as we said, it's another rookie out in front. But to the left of your screen, this is the class of 2017 in Junior X30. As we said before we went on the break, the biggest junior class for a decade.
58 drivers are in the class this weekend. Up the inside, 62, that's Oliver Clark going up the inside.
Oh, and look, he's going to join him. That's a brilliant opportunistic move from Shane White. He gets through as well.
Oliver Clark, one of my ones to watch in this one indeed. I thought he could be the one to watch. He may be the one they all have to beat. These are difficult conditions this weekend. Different drivers can come to the fore, not least, as we've seen, Sam White, the rookie. Great performance in the awful conditions that we've got this weekend. The rain looks like it's just about stopped. A little bit of drizzle now, but not as bad as it was.
You can still see barely anything as you run around this circuit at speed. But it's interesting, isn't it, that White is your leader out in front in the first part of proceedings. There's a lot of great talent in this one. Star Casey, we just saw her picture on the screen. She could be strong. So too could Matthew Herbert and Matt Hudson. Look at this battle on track, though. The 15, Brandon Abraham, is having to defend Big Star. Hand in the air. There goes White up the inside. Beautiful. Absolutely textbook.
Cracking move. Caden McQueen, the 44 there. Expect him to compete during the season, as indeed will Teddy Pritchard Williams on the 55. Sean Butcher, we expect to be a front runner as well. Oliver Clark, I've already mentioned, he's one of my ones to watch this season, could be the one to watch. Team MBM, it's Fraser Fennick. This is the complete rundown of the drivers in the field, the ones that turned up to get their video image recorded. Reggie Dewey didn't, but there's one we did earlier.
Very blue, Peter, I must say. Anyway, back to the front end of the field, and it looks as though the biggest challenge that is going to come from Sam White on this early part of the race is from Louis Westover. The 26 is pushing very hard indeed in the early stages. He's watching a few more scraps as the field starts to settle into its rhythm. It's taking us ages to get through this list of drivers because there are so many incredibly talented racers. It's up the inside. That's a cheeky manoeuvre from Flynn Jakes. He's managed to make that one work. Dragon Pinson, the last in the list, he could be a very interesting challenger for the first part of the race.
We've not mentioned Louis Westover. He has taken the lead as they go through the line that time. Westover from Samuel White, Johnny Wilkinson there in third from Sean Butcher, Dragon Pinson, Oliver Clark in the top 6 now. Shane White has made up 3 places. He's in 7th, started 10th. Brandon Abraham and Joe Fowler in 9th, Joshua Ratican 10th. Joe Fowler, very interesting move from Junior TKM. I've been very critical of that, as Joe knows, and I think Joe should have stayed in Junior TKM this year to try and challenge Abby Pulling for the title. And indeed, with the way Abby Pulling's gone this weekend, she's not had the best weekend. Joe Fowler could have been leading that championship, notwithstanding there's plenty of other quality in the Junior TKM field, but the only way the transfer from Junior TKM to Junior X30 makes sense to me is if Joe Fowler actually wins this championship. If he doesn't win the championship, it doesn't make sense. He said to me earlier on, what would I have learned if I stayed in Junior TKM? He might want to have a word with Lewis Hamilton there, because Hamilton would have advised him to always stay in the class until you win it.
Yep, absolutely right, and look where that's got him. He's only won 3 World Championships, hasn't he? So he knows where he speaks of. We were seeing a great battle earlier on between Fraser Fennick and Abigail Ross, and now we've got the battle for third, which is really raging. Johnny Wilkinson in that third position at the start of the lap, but it's all getting pretty hectic in there with Butcher, Pinson and Clark, and that is a great little tussle. Westover trying to get away from Sam White. Wilkinson, I think, still there in third position. It's so hard to tell in these conditions, trying to pick out these karts for the first time in 2017. But Sam White running in second position. Third place is no longer Wilkinson. It's Butcher who's now there, and up in fourth position. That looks like Wilkinson still holding off Dragon Pinsent, with Oliver Clark trying to chase them down. Mid-pack, it's still incredibly close. This is Max Barnett battling away with the 67. That's Kaysen Gibson. So a great little battle outside the top 15 as well. Josh Rattican, Alex Walker and Henry Laws went across the line pretty much together. Henry Dewey's there in 13th. Flynn Jakes in 14th, and Teddy Pritchard-Williams has made his way into the top 15, starting 20th. He's up 5. Alex Walker's up 6. And he's the prime mover in the top 15 at the moment. But full grid here are 34 runners. Top 15 on your screen to the bottom right. Butcher, Wilkinson, Pinsent is the battle for third position at the moment, and they are line astern. Then we have to wait behind Clark for Shane White, Brandon Abraham and Joe Fowler. And then here's the battle for 10th place, led by Josh Rattican. Walker up the inside. Teddy Pritchard-Williams makes the move there on the 21, and also going through past Josh Rattican there. That looks like several places lost for Rattican. It's been a poor lap from his standards. Walker's got through, Laws has got through, Dewey and, well, Flynn Jakes was the one who was working his way through. Walker, Pritchard-Williams, then Rattican. Rattican losing several places in that one lap. Yeah, he's down to 15th place now, just inside the top 15. That is the 15 kart that we are looking at. Brandon Abraham. And he's got Shane White and Joe Fowler on the toe. Now, this is going to be interesting from the point of view of watching Joe Fowler. What can he do in a field that he has really been advised by so many people not to be in? Well, he's making good work of it. Up the inside there of Shane White. Joe Fowler made light work of that into the stewardesses. Well, he's been advised by me anyway. I'm not sure about anybody else. But I've certainly been very critical. We all know you're the font of all knowledge, Alan. What are you on about? Absolutely. Anyway, through Paddock Bend, and still this magnificent battle continues on with third position up for grabs, and it's Butcher holding on to it in front of Wilkinson. Pinsent seems to have dropped back a little bit. There's definitely time to make that up as we still get great battles. Rufus Hunt having a great scrap there with the 33 of Evan Spendler, and that's going to be really interesting to see if he can get back on terms of it again. Rufus Hunt, one of the stars of last year in terms of development. He was really coming on strong, and now he's got a chance to really push his way further forward. With Strawberry Racing this year as well, Rufus. Yes, indeed. So he's hoping that that will make a difference for him. Well, Morgan Porter's just edged his way into the top 15, which is incredible because he's made up 10 places now to put himself into the top 15, and he could go even further. 2 into 1's not going to go. That was close. They just about get away from it. Several of those kind of battles in this one, and it's clear with such a competitive field, as we said, the biggest junior field in 10 years, that everybody wants a piece of this, and they all want to give themselves the best shot. Of course, not all of the drivers have made it into this final race, because you can't fit 52 drivers in one grid. Yeah, 58 drivers, 58 my apologies. Into one grid. The maximum grid is 34 drivers. We showed the top 30 at the beginning of this race on the grid positions. Butcher outbreaks himself into the Iredale's hairpin, and up the inside is Johnny Wilkinson, helps himself to third place. No, Sean, that was such a big error there. He just threw it in, thought the kart would get around, but he just kicked it to the outside of the apex, and that's all the invitation Johnny Wilkinson needs. Now the big problem is that Dragon Pinsent's caught the scent, and he now wants to go for fourth position, but it started raining again. It has indeed. It's not pouring down like it was before, but it has started drizzling. Any sort of drizzle at the moment just adds to the water on the track, adds to the standing water. To go through the line, Westover's got a comfortable lead, not seen much of him. You have to slow down, Louis, if you want to be seen on TV, but he's not bothered about that today, just wants to win as comfortably as possible. Started P4, up the 3 places, and well clear as you can see. That is the 75 kart Sam White, the leading rookie also. The blue and white numbers represent the rookies. So Samuel White, the leading rookie from Henry Laws, the second place rookie in 10th, and Flynn Jakes, the third place rookie in 12th place as things stand. Morgan Porter, by the way, is up now 12 places to 13th, starting P25. Well, that just shows you how strong Sam White's performance is when you look at the other rookies in this race. They're knocking on the door of the top 10, and Sam White is there in second position. So that's an incredibly important fact to keep an eye on, especially as we move to the next rounds of the championship. Sam White, very much a man with a point to prove here. There's Dragon Pinson going through the 98. He now really wants to get on terms with Sean Butcher, and he's got Oliver Clark behind him, who will give him a bit of a fight if he's going to give him a chance to. There goes Louis Westover, just lapping back markers at the moment. I think he's just dealt with Fraser Fennick. So there is Sam White, a long way back in terms of track position. But the 7th place battle is what we need to be watching now. Brandon Abraham getting a lot of challenge from Joe Fowler. 10th position up for grabs as well by the look of it. Henry Laws getting a fight in there with Reggie Dewey. I think Dewey went for the inside line.
He did. We didn't see whether he made that stick. They're coming out of the stewardesses.
Oh, that's a lot of water thrown up by Fowler, but he gets through. Let's watch that again. He gets the biggest bow wave in history. Look at that. That's a shower if he doesn't need one later.
That's amazing. Amazing put a...
And he got the place. Yeah. And he got oh, that's Oliver Clark. Oliver Clark in P6. He's out of it. On the last lap we go. And Oliver Clark is out of this motor race. Louis Westover is going to get the victory. A country mile ahead of everybody else. A fair effort from Sam White in 2nd position. But it's going to be a victory for that man, Louis Westover. He's done an absolutely brilliant job. White in 2nd place. 3rd for Wilkinson. 4th for Butcher. It's still going on further back though. Pinson's going to be 5th. But who's going to win in this battle? Shoving their weight around the circuit.
14 post-race nose cone penalties, including Kart 81, finished 3rd. He's pushed back to 7th.
Oh, that's Johnny Wilkinson. That's a disaster. So that promotes Sean Butcher to the podium then. What an amazing end to this motor race. It is Louis Westover confirmed as the winner from White in 2nd. Butcher is indeed 3rd from Dragon Pinson. Fowler, Brandon Abraham in 6th. Wilkinson demoted to 7th. Reggie Dewey in 8th position in front of Morgan Porter and Henry Laws. Another fantastic rookie drive.
Incredible finish. 14 nose code penalties, amazing. Louis Westover leads the championship from Samuel White and Johnny Wilkinson. Sean Butcher in 4th and Reggie Dewey there in 5th place after the weekend's proceedings. Coming up after the break, it's Senior X30.